Hey everyone, my name is Jack. Welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to give a quick update on the Hertz bankruptcy emergency stock sale, where they're trying to obviously take advantage of their horribly inflated stock price right now to try and make a quick buck to then pay off their many debtors, or at least partially pay off their many debtors as they go through their bankruptcy process. If you recall in the video, I'll post it up in the link directly above. In the video I did last week, I talked about how Hertz was well underwater as they declared bankruptcy back at the end of May, and for whatever reason, mainly speculation, Hertz's share price started skyrocketing from its 50-cent lows all the way to about $3, which really doesn't make any fundamental sense because the company has something like $2.5 billion worth of debt and less than $1 billion worth of share value that they actually have in their possession. And that's based on current market price. But if they can't sell those shares, then it doesn't really matter because it's all going to go to the bond holders. So what Hertz was trying to do, at least what it looks like, is they're trying to dump basically all these shares while they're at this ridiculous high to take advantage of all the speculation that's been going on underneath their nose, to take all that cash, give it to the bondholders, and pay off some of their debt so the bankruptcy is easier for them. So they have more cash available since bankruptcy. That's what happens. All of your assets pretty much get wiped out, or they get reorganized and there's plans made. It depends on how the bankruptcy actually goes forward, but generally what happens is shareholders are wiped out if there's this much debt and you're completely insolvent like Hertz is. So Hertz went to the bankruptcy court, got their emergency ruling approved by the bankruptcy court, and were approved to sell something like $1 billion worth of shares. At least that's what they were valued at back during last week when they were at about $3 a share. But now they are at $2 a share as of the end of today, the 17th of June. And the SEC has swooped in and has said, hold on a second, you can't do that, or at least not yet. You got to answer some questions here. You can't just go and issue worthless stock and then hose a bunch of investors who are gambling with their parents' money, because that's a problem, because then people lose confidence in the markets. This is borderline fraud. I think that's what the SEC is probably thinking. The report is a little bit unclear at the moment since it just happened today, but the SEC has held up this sale, I honestly think, to stall, to let the stock price come back down to where it should be, below $1, if not lower, because right now it's still at $2. That's a lot of money when you're talking about millions of shares. So the SEC is trying to slow this down a bit and get some answers from Hertz real quick to make sure that everything is okay and that investors aren't hosed. Though at the same time, you gotta hand it to Hertz. You gotta hand it for them for trying to take advantage of this thing that really should have never happened, try and get through bankruptcy quicker and help out the many bondholders that they have that they're going to have to pay off either way. So they might as well take the opportunity to sell all these shares to these ridiculous speculators who have no business buying Hertz's shares right now. So this could be their punishment. I don't know. That's probably I don't know if that's probably where Hertz is coming from, but that's kind of what it looks like. So anyways, the SEC has blocked it. Hertz was trying to raise about $1 billion in cash from this. Looks like it's at most $500 million now because the share price keeps going down quickly. So the longer they wait, presumably the longer the share price will go down, and presumably the less money Hertz will be able to take from investors who are buying it. It's currently really worthless stock. I don't see another way to spin it. Maybe there is some potential value that if Hertz were to somehow turn it around, or there's this huge miracle in the stock market, maybe they could turn it around, or perhaps hyperinflation that would wipe out their debt value, something like that. That's probably where the value of the stock is. But to put that over a few cents, I am hard pressed. That's just me personally, not a financial advisor. I've made that clear on this channel before. That's kind of where I'm coming from. So we don't know a ton yet. We'll see if this sale actually goes through, but the SEC has certainly smelled something very fishy here. I mean, it's very blatantly obvious. There's a fish dead on the street in front of them, and it stinks because it's been rotting for days. So yeah, it's very fishy that Hertz would be trying to sell these shares out of bankruptcy when the shares themselves should probably be worthless. And they know that they're worthless since they've hired a law firm to handle all of the lawsuits that they would have been getting after they issued these shares, because people are going to be like, hey, why are you issuing worthless shares and messing everything up? How dare you? So that's probably what they were anticipating, because I think deep down that's probably what they know they're doing. Why else would you hire a law firm like that to manage this whole thing? But anyways, I'm just guessing. I'm not on the inside, but from the outside, it looks so terrible, and the SEC sees that as well, and they have much more of an inside look than I would have. So that's my update on Hertz. Definitely, if you like this sort of content, be sure to leave a like since it helps the channel out a lot, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my new updates as they relate to personal finance, investing, the markets, and all of that sort of stuff. Definitely have a look around the channel if you like that sort of content, and if you see what you like, definitely subscribe. But until next time, take care.